You've been taught that money is math, budgets, spreadsheets, paychecks, earn, spend, save, repeat. But what if that's only one side of the story? What if the reason you're stuck financially has nothing to do with how hard you work, and everything to do with how you think, how you feel, and how you flow? What if money is energy? And what if you've been unknowingly blocking it? That's what this book reveals. Money is energy, and it responds to the energy you give it. It's not just about what you do. It's about what you believe, what you expect, and how you allow money into your life. Because here's a radical truth. You don't have to chase money. You can attract it. But only if you understand how the energy of money really works. Chapter 1. Your money story is running your life. Here's where it begins. You were programmed with a money story, long before you ever touched a dollar bill. Greg was 6 years old when he first heard the phrase, "Money doesn't grow on trees." His dad worked double shifts. His mom clipped coupons. Every time he asked for something, the answer was the same. "We can't afford it." That story became his truth. Even when he got older and made more money, he never felt safe. He always felt like it would run out. He lived in scarcity, not because of his bank balance, but because of the energy he was carrying. And maybe you're doing the same. So, let me ask you, what were you taught about money? What did your parents say about rich people? What did you see growing up? Because that story is still running in your subconscious. And until you rewrite it, you'll keep repeating it, no matter how hard you work. Chapter 2. Money responds to your frequency. Here's something the wealthiest people understand, even if they don't say it out loud. Money flows to those who are aligned with it, not the most talented, not the most stressed, not even the hardest working. It flows to those who are energetically open. In the book, the author shares a moment where she was in a financial crisis. Rent was due, clients were gone, and fear was all-consuming. She was meditating when a single sentence hit her like lightning. "I am repelling the very thing I want." That day, she changed her frequency. She stopped saying, "I'm broke." She stopped fearing bills. She started blessing her debt. She wrote on a sticky note, "Money loves me. Money finds me." And guess what? In less than 2 weeks, 2 new clients showed up without her pitching anyone. Coincidence? Maybe. But in the energy world, it was alignment. Chapter 3. Scarcity is a repellent. Abundance is a magnet. Think about this. When someone is desperate, chasing, begging, grasping, how does it feel? It feels off, heavy, repelling, desperate. And that's exactly how money responds to scarcity energy. Scarcity says, there's never enough. Money is hard to get. If I spend, I lose. Abundance says, money is always flowing. There's more where that came from. Spending is circulation. The author gives an example of a friend who started tipping more generously, even when she didn't feel rich. Why? To train her brain to feel abundant, to prove to her subconscious that there's always more, to flip her energy from hoarding to flowing. And guess what? She got a raise within 3 months, unexpectedly, not because of luck, because she started playing by energetic rules, not just financial ones. In part 2, we'll dive into how to release energetic blocks around money, why receiving is harder than giving, and what that says about your worth, and how to set up rituals that attract wealth naturally, without force. Chapter 4. The hidden blocks that keep money away. Here's a truth most people don't realize. You can consciously want more money, but unconsciously push it away. Why? Because your subconscious beliefs always win. In the book, the author tells the story of a client named Laura. Laura was a talented coach, brilliant, passionate, driven. But no matter how many clients she attracted, she always ended up in the same place. Just enough. Enough to survive. Enough to scrape by. Never overflowing. They started digging. Turns out, Laura's mom used to say things like, "Rich people are greedy. Money changes people. We're not like them. We're good people." Laura had unknowingly linked wealth with betraying her values. Her subconscious believed, if I get rich, I won't be loved. I won't belong. I'll become someone I don't want to be. So she kept herself small. Not out of fear, but out of loyalty. This is how most blocks are formed. Not logically, but emotionally, and until they're cleared, they quietly sabotage every effort you make. Chapter 5. Receive without guilt. We hear a lot about giving. Give to others. Give to causes. Give back to the universe. But here's the part no one talks about. If you can't receive with gratitude, you'll block the flow. Let me say that again, because it's everything. Receiving is just as spiritual, just as generous as giving. The author tells a powerful story of when someone offered her a free luxury retreat spot. Everything was covered. It was a gift. Her first instinct? No, I couldn't possibly. That's too much. I'll pay for my room. Let me at least cover my meals. Sound familiar? But her mentor told her this. You're insulting the energy that wants to bless you. The moment you say, I don't deserve this, you're telling the universe not to send more. So she paused, took a breath, and said, thank you. I received this fully and joyfully. And that small moment became a massive shift. Because when you start allowing blessings to come in, without guilt, without shrinking, without over-explaining, you expand your capacity to receive. And the more you receive, the more you can give. From overflow, not sacrifice. Chapter 6. Raise your financial frequency. Everything vibrates. Your thoughts, your feelings, your words. You attract not what you want, but what you are. So what does your energy say to money? If your inner voice is always saying, this is too expensive, I can't afford that, I'll never make that kind of money, then guess what? Your frequency is set to lack. In the book, the author gives a simple but powerful exercise. For 1 week, she challenged readers to say, thank you every time they spent money. Not, ugh. Not, this hurts. Not, I hope it doesn't bounce. Just, thank you for this transaction. I trust there's more where that came from. Sounds small, but energetically, it's massive. It rewires the brain. It shifts you out of fear and into flow. It turns spending into an act of trust, not scarcity. And after a few days, readers started reporting unexpected payments, refunds, and new clients. Was it magic? Maybe. Or maybe, just maybe, they stopped blocking what was trying to reach them all along. Chapter 7. Wealth Rituals that work. Want to attract more money? Don't just hope. Create rituals, energetic habits that keep you in alignment. Here are 3 from the book you can start today. 1. Write a daily abundance statement. Every morning, before you check your phone, write this. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am open. I am grateful. I am ready. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. You're tuning your frequency like a radio dial. 2. Bless your bank account. Before you check your balance, say, thank you, money. I appreciate all you do for me, even if it's low, even if it's scary. This turns fear into faith. Gratitude turns the energetic key. 3. Declutter your wallet and your space. Messy flow. The author emphasizes how your physical environment reflects your money energy. Clean it. Organize it. Make space for more. These rituals aren't just about feeling better. They're about training your nervous system to expect abundance and to receive it with calm confidence. In part 3, we'll explore the difference between getting rich and staying rich, how money reacts to fear versus flow, and how to use money as a tool for impact, freedom, and purpose. Not just stuff. Chapter 8. Getting rich versus staying rich. There's something even more important than getting rich. It's knowing how to keep wealth and let it expand. Because here's what the book reveals. Plenty of people attract money, but because they don't heal their internal scarcity, they end up right back where they started. The author shares the story of a man named David. He'd manifested $50,000 within 3 months, just by aligning his energy, using visualization, and letting go of old beliefs. But 6 months later, gone. Not because of emergencies, not because of poor investments, but because subconsciously, David didn't feel worthy of holding it. He accidentally overspent, made reckless financial decisions, felt guilty every time he looked at his account. Sound familiar? This is the hidden truth. If your self-worth doesn't rise with your net worth, you will unconsciously sabotage your success. Money is just energy, and energy flows where it's welcomed, honored, and trusted. If you treat money like a guest you don't deserve, don't be surprised when it leaves. So what's the solution? Upgrade your identity. The author writes, your bank account can't rise permanently until your belief system does. Repeat after me. It is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to hold. It is safe for me to grow wealthy. Say it often. Say it like you believe it. Because that belief becomes your financial foundation. Chapter 9. Money reacts to fear or flow. Let's talk about emotional frequency. Because money doesn't respond to numbers. It responds to your energy. When you're scared, tight, panicked, your energy shuts down. Your decisions become reactive. You make moves from desperation. In contrast, when you're calm, clear, and trusting, your field expands. Your actions become strategic. You align with possibility. In the book, the author shares a moment when she had just launched a new offer, and no one bought. For 3 days. Silence. She started to spiral. Thoughts like, maybe I priced it too high. People don't want this. I messed up. Flooded her mind. Then she paused. She sat down, lit a candle, placed her hand over her heart, and asked, am I in fear or flow? The answer was obvious. She shifted. Instead of tweaking the offer out of panic, she focused on the people who already said yes in the past. She sent a voice message, not to sell, but to serve. Within 24 hours, 2 people joined. No discount, no begging, no last-minute hustle, just energy, realigned. Chapter 10. Money wants purpose. Here's something few people say out loud. Money needs a purpose. Otherwise, it gets bored, and it leaves. Wealth without direction turns into chaos. But money with a mission? That's magnetism. In the book, the author invites you to ask this question. What will I do with the money I attract? Not just pay bills, not just feel secure, but what will you build? Who will you help? What life will you live? She tells the story of a woman named Lillian. Lillian had always wanted to retire her mom. It was her dream, but it always felt too big. So she tucked it away. Then, one day, during a journaling exercise from the book, she wrote, I'm so grateful that I have more than enough to care for my family. She wrote it for 30 days. Every day. By month 3, her side business started bringing in double what it had before. By month 6, she gave her mom the call that changed both their lives. Why? Because she finally gave money a purpose. And when she did, the universe aligned around her vision. Money doesn't just follow action, it follows intention. Chapter 11. Letting it be easy. One of the most beautiful lessons from the book is this. You don't have to suffer to receive. You don't need to grind 24/7. You don't have to earn your right to abundance through burnout. In fact, the more aligned your energy, the easier money comes. Ease is not laziness. Ease is allowing. Let me ask you, can you let yourself receive without proving? Can you allow money to come through grace, not grind? Can you trust that your energy is enough? This isn't just mindset work. It's energetic leadership. And the moment you stop chasing, the moment you start flowing, that's when money arrives. Calmly, consistently, and joyfully. In part 4, the final part, we'll tie it all together. The Money is Energy Manifesto, a daily wealth activation routine, and the final energetic shift that unlocks abundance for good. Chapter 12, The Money is Energy Manifesto. You've made it this far. You've unlearned the lie that money is only about numbers. You've seen how it responds to your emotions, your thoughts, and your energy. You've learned how money arrives when you create space for it, and how it disappears when you don't believe you're worthy of holding it. Now it's time to claim your new truth. Repeat after me, slowly, with intention. Money is energy. I am aligned with wealth. I release fear, guilt, and shame around money. I give money purpose, and it flows to me with ease. I receive fully. I give freely. I hold responsibly. I am safe to have more than enough. I am ready for the next level of abundance. This is not just a declaration. This is a new identity. And, from today forward, this is who you are. Chapter 13, Your Daily Wealth Activation Routine. The author doesn't just give ideas. She gives rituals. Simple, consistent practices that align your energy with abundance every single day. Here's your daily wealth activation routine. No more than 10 minutes. 1. Wake up with gratitude. Before your feet hit the floor, say, "Thank you for another day of opportunities, miracles, and unexpected wealth." Start the day in receiving mode. 2. Journal your future self. Take 3 minutes to write as if your wealth already exists. I'm so grateful that my income keeps rising while I work with ease. I love being able to bless others without thinking twice. My life is abundant, safe, and beautifully supported. This isn't just positive thinking, it's energetic alignment. 3. Check your finances. With love, log into your bank account and say, "Thank you for what's here. Thank you for what's coming." Even if the number is small, especially when it is. Money expands when you honor it. 4. Do one act of abundance. Tip generously. Give something freely. Invest in something that makes you feel empowered. Money is a mirror. When you treat it like a tool for expansion, it reflects that back to you. Do this daily. Watch your energy shift, and then watch your results shift. Chapter 14, The Final Shift. Let abundance become your default. Here's the truth that ties it all together. The wealth you desire already exists. Your job is to match it energetically. Not chase it, not beg for it. Just align with it. The author ends the book with this reminder. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe you are allowed to receive. So the final shift is simple, but life-changing. Stop asking, "Will it happen for me?" Start saying, "It's already mine. I'm just catching up to it." Let abundance become your normal. Let ease become your new baseline. Let your relationship with money be based on trust, not tension. Because when you master your energy, you don't just make more money, you make a whole new life. Final words. Let this be the beginning, not the end. You've now learned the truth that most people spend their whole lives missing. Money is energy, and you are its magnet. Not through force, but through flow. Not through perfection, but through presence. You don't need permission. You don't need luck. You don't need to hustle yourself into the ground. You need only one thing: to believe that you are already worthy, and then act like it every single day. This is the energy of wealth. This is the frequency of freedom. This is the power that was inside you all along. Now, go live it. Subscribe to the Wisdom Pen for more life-changing book insights like these, presented in a clear, practical, and effortless way. Join our community of listeners who value clarity over chaos and results over exhaustion. A simple click below connects you to more groundbreaking ideas from the world's best books, because changing your life should be as easy as subscribing.